if someone decides that they don't value human life and they choose to pull out a weapon, I don't know what we can do.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Clausen, Bloomington Police Department. We are going to have a couple of people here available for questions, and I first would like to introduce Chief Booker Hodges.
I really wish we didn't have to be here today. At 16:15 hours, one of our officers here with the Bloomington Police Department heard shots fired near the Nike store here at the Mall of America. Our officers were on the scene within 30 seconds. After reviewing video, we observed two groups get into some type of altercation at the cash register in the Nike store. One of the groups left after the altercation, but instead of walking away, they decided to demonstrate a complete lack of respect for human life. They decided to fire multiple rounds into a store with people. Fortunately, at this time, it doesn't appear that anyone was injured. After firing the rounds, the suspects, or the individuals that committed this act, fled the scene.
Black Toyota Camry,
Our officers responded to a different location, which we believe that the suspects or the individuals who committed this act may have been. We did not locate them there at this time.
Copy. Can you send that information on the phone, please?
Heavy.
5107 regarding that text message. They have not checked into the hotel. Those 2 units that were just there.
I just want to say to those who committed this act, please turn yourself in. Please turn yourself in. But should you choose not to, our officers, our partners, our detectives will not stop until we lock you up. We cannot continue to have this disregard for human life. Lastly, this is an isolated incident.
For the first time, we're seeing security camera footage from a shooting inside the Mall of America on New Year's Eve.
We don't believe that there is a danger to the public at this time. We're asking if anybody has any information, please give us a call at the Bloomington Police Department, 952-567-4900. Again, 952-567-4900. Our officers, our detectives, and our partners are continuing to look for the individuals that committed this act, again, that had blatant disrespect for human life. So with that, I will take some questions.
Chief, how many folks you're looking for right now?
2.
Do each of them have weapons? You have multiple weapons or just one?
Right now, preliminary, it just appears one person had a weapon.
So
one person fired.
One group fires shots to another group. There's no shots fired back.
There was no shots fired back.
Do you have any idea how many people were in the store at the time?
No, no, I don't.
Did it happen, I know this is a little bit technical, but did it happen in the front of the store? You said that they got the altercation at the cash register, or was it right outside the front of the store?
So they got into an altercation inside the store by the cash register, and at which point one group left, and then an individual and another individual decided to return to the entrance of the store and fire off rounds into the store that was full of people.
Chief, when you talk about two groups, how large a groups are we talking about?
I haven't fully reviewed the video yet, so we can get you those numbers at a different time. But right now, it still is an active criminal investigation, so I'm kind of limited in what I can say. And I understand people want to know information, but I'm going to give you as much as I can.
This is the largest mall in the United States. Tons of people visit this mall every day. How can you ensure that people coming to this mall are safe, especially when we're seeing the crime rates that we're seeing in Minnesota right now?
So for me personally, I bring my kids to the mall all the time, and I would not do that if I didn't think this place was safe, and I'm going to continue to do that. But let me be clear. One of our officers was near when this happened. If someone decides that they don't value human life and they choose to pull out a weapon, I don't know what we can do. I mean, I know the mall security here and our officers responded in a courageous manner, and they were there within 30 seconds. We've trained for this. We do this. And staff performed the way we trained. But again, if an individual decides that they have no regard for human life, I don't know any defense for that.
Chief Hodges, there was a large police presence out at the Best Western. Was that related to this incident here at the mall?
Yes.
In what capacity?
So that was a location where we believe that they may have fled to, but it turns out that they weren't.
So nobody there now? Chief?
Nobody there now. Yeah.
How many shots fired, Chief? Any idea?
So preliminarily right now, it appears to be 3 shots.
Sorry, Chief, how many?
3.
3, thank you. Can you say what kind of weapon it was, Chief?
No idea.
Handgun?
It was yes, it was a pistol, handgun.
You mentioned, Chief, that if someone, you said it like if someone had no regard for human life, like what can you do? I think we saw just a month ago in Indiana, there was a shooting at a mall there. Good Samaritan, in a matter of seconds, pulls out his gun and shoots the person shooting at people, but still multiple people died. I get the sense what you're saying is that if someone really did walk in here with intention to hurt people, even 30 seconds couldn't be enough. I would just like you to explain kind of what you meant by that statement you gave just a moment ago.
So it doesn't matter in many respects. What I'm saying is this. If an individual decides that he or she doesn't value human life and decides to commit an act, I don't know what we can do about that. And that's the way I'm going to answer that question.
Is that scary as a law enforcement officer?
We train. Our officers here, I believe, are the best. The mall security officers here are the best at what they do. We train for this.
Chief, this is a place with a lot of cameras, a lot of security. Are there photos of the suspects you'll be sending out soon? Do you have a positive ID right now?
Right now, again, this is an active investigation, and I wish I could reveal more information. But rest assured that our detectives, along with our federal partners, are doing everything we can right now to bring this to resolution.
Chief Hodges, you said juveniles?
I said at this time it appears to be young adults.
For 332, two suspects, they have names. The first one's going to be that RO of the vehicle, at.p.m. Union 194. That's going to be Shamar Lars, date of birth 6/16/2001. Second one is Chad Minimal J, 8499. The party was stopped driving the vehicle in January, and by fixers, those two were confirmed as being a suspect.
How long will the mall remain closed?
That will be a question for the mall folks when they come up here.
Do you have a description of anything they were wearing that is going to help find these individuals?
We will discuss that at a later junction. Our goal right now, and again, I want to be clear, for those who did this, please turn yourself in. That's the goal, for them to turn themselves in so we can bring this to resolution.
Chief, I know it's early, but any plans to increase security at the mall?
No.
Make changes?
Like I said, right now, one of our officers was there within 30 seconds. And I mean, it's an active investigation, so I'm not going to get into where they were, but they were in close proximity.
No one was hit. What was struck by the shots? Anything?
I'm not sure yet.
Are these folks known to you guys at all? Is anybody in the video?
No, not at this point. So now I'll bring up Dan from the mall, and I'll come back if you have any questions for me. Oh. Okay. So if you have any information, let me give you the right number to call. 952. Yeah, I know. 952-563-4900. 952-563-4900 if you have any information regarding this incident.
For the first time, we're seeing security camera footage from a shooting inside the Mall of America on New Year's Eve. WCCO's Kirsten Mitchell shows us what the new video reveals about what led to the shooting that left 2 people injured, including an innocent bystander.
New surveillance video inside the Mall of America shows shoppers beelining to the exits after shots rang out on New Year's Eve. In the video, the shooter, then 18-year-old Khalil Wiley, is seen on the escalator with his cousin and their girlfriends. 2 men recognize the group and hop on below them. According to case files, the 2 men started chasing Wiley, swerving around shoppers before Wiley shoots one of the men, 19-year-old Malachi Isles. In an interview afterward, Wiley said he thought one of the men had a gun.
Right when the second dude cut me off and he was going to hit me, I panicked, and that's when I did that.
Okay. What exactly did you do?
I pulled my gun out and shot on his leg.
According to the files, Wiley said Isles stole marijuana from him and had been threatening him since. Isles said Wiley ran his foot over with a car. A second bullet grazed an innocent bystander, a father with his wife and son.
I heard the pop, I felt the hit, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I see everybody hit the ground, and I grabbed my son and just started running.
I asked the Mall of America what safety changes they've made or maybe still have in the works since the shooting 8 months ago. A spokesperson said they had no comment at this time.
I feel a lot of sadness and empathy for the people who happened to be there at the time. I always worry about children and older people and anybody who gets caught in such a tragic situation.
In Bloomington, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO 4 News.
Wiley is currently serving a 45-month prison sentence for the shooting. Bloomington Police Chief Dr. Booker Hodges says they meet with mall security monthly, adding he feels comfortable taking his kids to the mall, and he wouldn't if he did not think it wasn't safe.